Hey, good day there, guys. Just a little test video. What we're going to do is take the shop 4-pill that we have here, that we use around here at the shop. And what we've got in it is 4 2879s. As you see, all coated the same, non-red dot. Had them things for years. I figured this would be a good test box to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this box with these pills. So we got these from Mr. Gatekeeper down there at Gatekeeper Amps. He sent these up to me to give him a legitimate test. Being that I run regulated supplies and stock radio, have a little bit better controlled environment here, we're going to give these things a good run for their money. Now, what we have here is we have the 16D04s, and then we have the 16D08s. Now, I've tried these out. I guess last year we did some pill tests on some other HD semiconductors, and they just weren't that great. The watts weren't there, and a few other things. But I'm told that these are a lot better units. That the guy at HG has looked into our interests, and he's been improving the design. And supposedly the 08's are supposed to be the shit. We're going to find out. I don't know. I can't verify that right at the moment. But I will give you a little insight of what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and unhook this B circuit. Because I really don't know how these pills work. I don't have a data sheet, so I don't know if my B circuit will put too much input voltage on them or any of that. That'll be something I'll have to test later, or maybe find out a little bit more information on them. If I could track down the data sheet to see what I can put on the input side for like SSB guys and stuff like that. But I'm just going to go ahead and unhook that circuit. Take me a few minutes to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to test fire this up first with the 2879s. I was contemplating whether to put a driver into it or not. I'm still debating right now. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, we will be back after we get some of this stuff unhooked, and then we'll start giving this thing a good run for its money. I'm going to put this thing in Class C operation, and that's how we're going to do all the tests. We'll be back with an update. Okay, guys, let me give you the testing parameters here of what we're going to do. Okay, I got me a little list here. This is just the 4-pill by itself. This is with the 1-pill driver. We're only going to use a 1-pill into it. I'm not 100% sure on these pills how well I can drive them, and everybody knows that we like to drive stuff here. We don't pussyfoot around with it, man. We want to see watts. That's just our deal. We've always been competition minded, so we like to drive stuff a little excessively sometimes. Okay, but here we go. I did unhook the Class B circuit, so just to give you a little lowdown. Now, the wire's right there, was right there on the resistors. Both of the chokes have now been soldered directly to the board ground. I'm going to get a piece of tape on that one wire here shortly. But it's now Class C. So let's get on with the show here and show you what the Toshiba box is doing. Oh, I also hooked my voltmeter up, that way everybody can see. You know, it's on my regulated supply, and like I say, right there where it says, it drops straight down to 14, pretty much 14 even. So, with that being said, let's get on with the show. Oh, 500 watt slug, RMS, 1,000 watts on the PEP. I'm not really going to sit here and worry about reflect, because every pill may be just a hair different. And I mean, the reflect doesn't look bad. It's 5 watt slug in there, so here we go. RMS with just the 4-pill by itself with Toshiba's. Oh, yeah. It's about 110 RMS. PP. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we'll give it a good 440 to 460 on PEP. Okay. Now, 110, 440 to 460. Now, 4 pills off, so I'm going to show you just what the 1 pill does. Okay, this is just the one pill, 500 watt slug. I'm not going to change the slugs up at all. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's about 35 RMS and 110 peak. Okay, now here's the 4 pill. We're going to dead key about 140. Look at the volts. Hello. And like I told you, it drops right to 14. And that loss is actually in my power lines. When I go to redo the shop, I'm redoing all my power leads in here. Because this is a switch mode power supply. It is regulated, but that's all it'll drop to. So, let's get on with the show here. Okay. 500 watt slug. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, 330 and about 930. And that's where we're going to leave it. Now, also what I'm going to do in the testing here is I'm not going to break out my Super Cricket because I haven't used it in so long and it's up on the shelf buried. So we're just going to use this new checker that we've kind of been using. It gives me the HFE and my old micrometer, dynamite trend. This thing's old. I've had this for 30 years, man. You can tell just by looking at it. It's old. Still works. So we're going to be doing some tests with that too. All right, let me start getting some pills out, and we'll start with some tests. We'll be back. Okay, guys, we got all the pills pulled out. Now what I'm going to do first off is we're going to test every one of these. So let's start off with the older meter first. I'm going to set the phone down just so I can hook the leads up. Give me 1 second. I'll get this all hooked up. Okay. Alright, the first thing is we've got just on a power pill. So we're right here, and you see the little light lights up. And this is how this meter works. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting a little current control on it and see where it just turns off at. Okay, turns off right at, it looks to be about 23, 24. So let's just double check. Okay, 24. Okay, give me a minute. We're going to hook it up to the other checker, and we'll see what we got. Alright guys, we got it hooked up to the fish, and we got the Toshiba in there first, and it's running through its little testing right now. So let's see what it comes up with. Alright, we know it's PNP, okay, it's a 23 HFE at 594 millivolt. So, I'm worried about the 23 and the 594. Now, remember, these are old pills. And when I mean old, they're probably every bit of 18 years old. I've never blown this amp up, so that's how long they've been there. That's why I figured it'd be a good test. So, alright, let me write these figures down, and we'll move on. It's kind of reading the same as that, isn't it? Alright, we'll be back. Guys, we've got the 04 hooked up right now, and I've got it on the power setting. So as you see, the light's on. Now we're going to start putting some current draw on this thing. See where it turns off at. Bam, right there. Wow, amazing. That's about 25 it looks like. So not bad. Let me hook it up to the Fisher and we'll go with that one. Alright, we got the 04 hooked up right now. Clear up some. 04. And it's running through its test right now. And that shows a 48 and a 556. So, you know, those pills are old, so it's really not a real authentic test. I didn't have 4 brand new 2879s to sit here and do it with, but I know these are reliable, so that's what we're going to go with. But we got a 48 and a 556, so we're going to write that down. Alright guys, we've got the 08 now in line. And as you see, we're on power types control. So let's start bringing her up till the light goes out. And this one is, it looks like it's a hair above 25. Yeah, it's a little above 25, so not bad. So there's the light. Bam, there it goes off. So yeah, so about 25 on that one too. Let me hook it up to the Fisher and we'll be back. Alright guys, we've got it on the Fisher now. As you see, the 08. And there we go, we popped up. Ooh, wow, look at that, 51 and 552. So not bad at all. It's got a little bit more gain than the 04. So we'll just see how it works in the amp. I mean, these things, these meters, yeah, they tell you if the pill's good and this and that. I don't give too much to the HFEs and all that crap. That's just something that was brought up on, I think, the social media networks and stuff. So I don't give it too much. I mean, like that 23 on that 2879. I mean, I've had that pill for, I don't know, you know, like I said, about 18 years. And I run a 2-pill into it most of the time. So right now, we're just mud ducking it with 35 RMS. So usually I put about 110 in it. And when I do that, it's 600 bird all day long. So, and those pills have, like I said, been in there forever. But let's write these numbers down. And, shoot, I forgot. Alright, let me get these things installed in the 4-pill, and we'll see how they do in real action. Okay, guys. As you see, the 16D04s are installed in the 4-pill. So right now what we're going to do is 1 pill's off. Our voltages are still the same. Same slugs, nothing's changed. Everything's still the same. So about 40. Oh, yeah. Alright. So we see 200, and I seem to flip about 4 to 420. That's what I'm going to list it as. So, let's do this. A little bit more on RMS than the Toshibas. Okay, now let's throw the 1-pill on. Alright. Look, as you see, the voltage is pretty much right there. Let's go back. Dead key's higher. Wow. Hello. 260, 270, peak. Hello. No, actually, the dead key is not. Hello. So about 270 and 8 something. Alright, let's get that wrote down, then we're going to switch these pills out to the other ones. Okay guys, we've got the 08's installed, and we're going to see what these things do. 1 pill off. Voltage is still the same. Still the same slugs. Still the same radio. Reflector still 5 watts. Nothing's changed. About, I don't know, 25 dead key. Oh, yeah. It's a little over 100. Oh, yeah. So 410 to 420. So we're going to say it's 105. We'll give those 105 is what I'm going to give them. 105 and 410 to 420. Alright, let's flip the 1 pill on. Voltage is low. Well, these bad boys are pulling a little bit more. So, everything's still the same. About 120 dead key. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, looks like about 290. Hello, radio. Hello, radio. So, good 790. Which is kind of weird. I thought the 08's were a little bit better. They show more RMS. So, 290 and 790. Go 790 to 800. So, depends on what you're into. If you're into RMS or you're into peak. I'm into RMS myself. So I'd rather see more RMS than the peak side. But that's not saying that I can't go in here and play around with this circuit some. Okay? Now, remember, all I did was drop them in an existing build. I didn't change anything in the amp except for just install some pills. So I might be able to go in here and play around with the circuits a little bit. Hello. And what I'm going to try to do, let me try this. We'll try to see if we can't get this thing to stabilize out at the 14 that we've been testing at. Hello. I'm probably getting it warm now too. Yeah, no fan being on it. Alright, well, I got it to stabilize down on the voltage some, so hello. Oh, I thought I did. Hello. There we go. Alright. Let's see what that did. Hello. Solid 800 now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the fan on here real fast, let this thing cool down for a bit, and we're going to give it another test run. We'll be back. Alright guys, I'll let this thing cool down for about a good 15 minutes, just to show y'all the 08's are still in there. No flim-flamming. I just left the fan on, and we've got the power supply set pretty much to where it'll drop to 14. Dead key's about 150. Hello. Hello audio. Oh yeah. So 290-ish, 800. So cooling it down didn't give it much of an advantage. Maybe 10 more watts on the PEP. But there's the HGs. Flip some things off here, and we'll get this. Okay, we're gonna just leave that alone. All right. Okay, guys, what I did this time is we slammed our test 2 pill into it. Now I'm gonna give you a lowdown on what that's doing first. Then we're gonna flip on the 4 pill, set the dead key, and see where rocks and rolls at. Still the same slugs, and change nothing. We're about I don't know. Let's see, that's 50, about a 30 watt dead key right now. Oh, yeah. Okay, so as y'all see what it's doing. Now let me get the dead key all set for the 2 amps together. Okay. So, same slug still. What dead key? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Not bad, not bad at all. 410 and almost 1,000, and voltages. Oh yeah, not bad at all. So we'll just write that one down with a 2 pill test, and that's the 08's. So I'll just put down here 2 pill and say 400 bird and 990 PEP. And there it is, fellas. That's what we got. So you judge for yourselves, but I'm gonna run this thing. We'll get some screws in this lid, and we're gonna run this thing for a little bit, see how well these things hold up, because that's one of the things I'll do before we release or do anything for the public. I'm just not going to say that these are the shit. That's just not the way we roll here. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I've never really released any LD MOS boxes. Of course, somebody out there says that they think that they're doing something that's world renowned, and them damn boxes have been around for 15 years, man. So it's nothing new. I just haven't never found anything that was that reliable, and You know, pills, guys go to key downs. I build key down boxes. You know, they don't want to be messing, you know, with LD mosses at no key down. People want to key pills, so you know, you pretty much got to stay with the pills. But this is what we got, fellas. Okay, so as you see, all written on paper, what we got out of every transistor, legit test on a regulated supply. The tools that I used for doing everything with. You know, so everything that you see here is every tool that we use to do this job. So I hope this test, you know, I don't know if it's going to prove, disprove, do anything. I mean, they look pretty good to me. I don't usually back too many of these type of transistors, but we're going to wait and see. I'm going to run this thing through its paces on some modified stuff, and we'll see how she holds together. You know, because I mean, that's a stock radio, so there's no modding there. And yeah, I did put the 2-pill into it, but you know, and this is my original key down 4-pill from, like I said, 18-20 years ago. So those pills were key down pills. So I mean, they've been in there that long, and I really didn't want to put a brand new 4-pill together to do this test. I just didn't have the time. And as you see, this thing's been a few different amps. You can look at the board and see that, you know, 5-pill, 2x4. It's been all kinds of different stuff, whatever I needed here at the shop. But it was originally just a straight 4. But there's the test, fellas. That's about all I can conclude on this. I mean, the numbers don't look bad. I know guys out there like to badmouth all these pills, but everybody needs to wake up, man. Toshibas are, they're really getting ready to be a thing of the past. I mean, I talked to the fellas over there at RF Parts, man, and they got lucky and found some wholesale lots of some Toshibas, but they're going to dry up, man. I mean, it's inevitable. That's what's going to happen. And the prices of these things now, you know, I mean, they're 65 bucks right now. I was talking to the guy over there at RF Parts. They're getting ready to have another price increase. And by the time you insure them and ship them, you know, you're looking at, right now, it's $71 a pill, or about 70 bucks a pill, you know, just to get it here. And, you know, I know a few vendors are selling them at 75, but they're not making much off of them, because by the time they insure them and ship them and everything else, they might be making $2 profit or something per transistor. And, you know, the days of these things are going by. Now, I'm not sure how much these HGs cost. I never got a price quote on them. They were just sent to me to do some testing with, see what I thought. They look pretty good to me. The numbers aren't bad. You know, so same thing with like them 3662s I was using for the past year. The numbers on those weren't bad at all either. They were comparable. So, and that's pretty much what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's comparable and durable. Durable is the key, though. I don't want callbacks. We don't usually see too many amps come back. I mean, recently one went to another builder. All he had was a capacitor bad in there, and he made up something about some transformer configurations. Yeah, well, guess what? I don't go for that, but, you know, it is what it is. I know my Motorola handbook's up there somewhere. I might have to pull it out one day and open up a chapter to where it's not telling you the phase stuff. But it is what it is. You know, people come up with these ideals. A lot of it's theory, so everybody has their theories. That's the way it is. But there you go, fellas. HGs. In my my comp box, which is a 2-inch transformer box. So, you know, I really wasn't giving it any justice in here. This box really requires voltage, you know, and so forth. So, you know, to sit here and say, you know what, let's try something. Let's try something. We'll max out the power supply. I believe it'll max out at about 16.5 is where I've got it set at. Let's find out. Ah, 16.9. Okay. 500 watt slug. I didn't change anything. Radio's still on. Ooh, look at that dead key climb, baby. Turn it back some. Okay, we'll leave it right about there. Hello. So, hey, not bad. Hello. Huh? And what's the voltage dropping to? Hello. I need to really replace these cords. It's these connectors, I think, is where my voltage loss is, because I've put the meter at the back of the power supply and I'm not losing nothing at the supply. So I really need to get new, bigger connectors for these kind of things. Those little cheesy things were only rated for 50 amps. So I probably need some new connectors. I'm going to do some things differently when we're getting ready to redesign the shop. I'm hoping to start getting to that this winter. But that's another story. All right, fellas. Old Stickman at the No Name MCB shop. And there's our pill testing for the day. We'll see you. Bye-bye.